Okay, ALG2 students, here's a video for example 4 for section 6.6. Scroll up, you got it. Here we have a fire. Oh, look at that fire. It's just going right through the forest. I wanted to point that out to you because I can't get the video to happen again. The diagram shows how a forest fire grows over time. The fire department can contain a 160-acre fire without needing any additional resources. About how many minutes does it take for a fire to become too big for the fire department to contain without additional resources? So I guess we want to know how long is it going to take for the fire to cover the 160 acres. Okay, and I'm not crazy, once again, I'm not crazy about their solution. I mean, right off they say, because the ratio of the number of acres to the diagram are all 1.8. You're like, what? Where's that? So let me talk you through that. They have these stats: 4 acres, 7.2, 12.96, 23.3, and it's after successive minutes. So what we can do is find out, is there a consistent ratio? Let me just go right to the calculator. If I divide 23 by 12.96, 23.3 divided by 12.96, 1.797, or actually roughly 1.8. Let's see if we divide 12.96 divided by the 7.2. Because if we're getting the same ratio every time, then we can use an exponential model. 1.8, cool. I mean, I already know it comes out to 7.8 because they told us, but this is how you would discover that, is because they're going up by 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, you can divide these successive terms, and every time it's roughly 1.8. Now we know that it's 1.8, I can go back to their explanation. Now that you know that it's 1.8, you know B is 1.8 in the model y equals AB to the t. You know the growth factor is 1.8, so B is 1.8. Where y represents the number of acres, A is the initial number of acres, B is the growth rate. Now, this is a very particular problem where it says at time equals 0, 4 acres were already burned. When the fire department got there, there was already 4 acres burned. So that's why the 4 shows up here as it's the initial amount. I would say initially none of the acres were burned, but then it wouldn't work out. So when the fire department gets there, 4 acres are burned. It's going to grow at 1.8 acres per minute to the t, and we want to know how much time it takes to cover the 160, because if it covers, then they're going to need additional help, right? That's what they said. They can handle 160 acre fire without needing any help. So to solve this for t, which we've done earlier, taking an equation and solving for the exponent, we want to get the exponent and base by itself, so divide both sides by 4. And I would have done this differently than they did. I would have taken this equation right here, 40, 1.8 to the t. If you like the way they did it, go ahead and you can scroll back and pause and look at it. I'm going to do it a different way. 40 equals 1.8 to the t. I'm still going to get the same answer they get. I notice right now that I only have one exponent, right? So I can write a log. I can write a log equation for this. Log base 1.8 log 1.8 of 40 equals t. So that's what I would envision from this. And then I know to solve this, I would do like we've done before, log of 40 divided by log of 1.8. And let's see if I get what they got. Calculator, log of 40 divided by the log of 1.8. So I'm getting 6.27, and that's what they got, 6.276. To interpret that, that was representing the time, so that's how many minutes. They evaluated it by plugging it in. So 6 minutes to burn the whole forest. the problem they want us to try is how many minutes does it take to spread 100 acres? I wish they did a different setup, but it's the same setup, so I know it's going to be the same equation. You can click pause and give it a shot. I know instead of, well, I guess I didn't show my work. Instead of equaling 160, it's going to equal 100. And that equation was, we start off with 4, and we have 1.8 to the t. And we divided both sides by 4 to get this part by itself. So 25 equals 1.8 to the t. And if you remember what happened over here, it ended up being log of 40, log of this number, divided by log of this number. That's what I'm going to have. Log of t is going to equal log of 25 divided by the log of 1.8. Let me type that in. Log 25 divided by log 1.8. So it's using what we already know, just applying it to a word problem. 5.5 minutes. Let's see what they got. 5.5 minutes. Cool. You can do problems 13, 28, 41, and 42. That's it for this video. Have a great day.